Then there was Hellion the Mimic, currently living as a chest. My chest, holding all sorts of treasures and wealth, hopefully enough to sustain the bizarre life I'd left in Glaton, where I owned all sorts of buildings and businesses, something that I'd accomplished just before I'd been unceremoniously drugged and carted away by my girlfriend. I tried to stop thinking about her immediately. I knew I needed to think about Nadya, or really I needed to speak to her sometime soon, because there were all sorts of conflicting emotions happening there. Were we still a thing? Was she still in line to become Empress? Did her uncle know who I really was? I bumped into Hellion. "Easy there, Chief," Bart said. "Dockmaster coming our way." A man in very nice clothes, looking quite displeased to be mingling with the working folk, stormed down the dock in our direction. "You there?" he called out. "Do you seek to enter the city without going through proper channels?" "Not at all," I replied, putting on my best smile and walking to the front of my group. Rose moved back to where I'd been, ready to grab Hellion if we needed to make a run for it. I noticed she also loosened her sword in her sheath. Behind my back, I gave her my best "be calm" gesture. "Then why did you come this way?" he asked. "Where is your ship?" I looked over my shoulder at the dock, absolutely crowded with boats. "Back there," I said. The self-important man, huffing and out of breath, cheeks red, sweat dotting his brow, pulled a notebook out of his breast pocket and managed to stand in front of me for roughly half a second before he bent over at the waist and put his hands on his legs. "Hey, you feeling all right there?" I asked. "Perfectly fine," he barked in reply, coming back up to standing. "Which ship is yours?" "Not exactly sure." "What?" "I don't remember which one is ours. I mean, it wasn't ever ours. We just got a ride on it." "You hired it?" "Yup, that'd be the way to describe it." "And you have no recollection of the name?" I made a mild show of looking at the others with me. 6 of us realized it'd be easier if we didn't remember. One of us was a surprising idiot. "The Swift Logjammer," Knox said. I frowned at him. He looked askance back at me. "Ah," the dockmaster said, looking into his book, still breathing heavy. "From Furstenbrunn, yes? How did you manage to escape the city?" "Well, we didn't get on there," I said. "So, you were not in Furstenbrunn?" "No, we weren't. Wanted to get here, so we followed the river, and I just can't seem to remember the name of the town where we—" "Newbergenport," Knox offered, once again being helpful. "You came from Newbergenport?" the dockmaster asked me. "I guess, yeah," I said, shooting eye daggers at Knox. "That sounds about right." "Let me see here," the dockmaster said, flipping through his book. "Might be far enough north from that, yes, but where were you before that? Had you been staying in Newbergenport?" "We actually," Knox started, but somehow an errant gust of wind came along and the poor man lost his balance, falling into the water next to the pier. "Oh no," I said. "Do you mind if we pause this for me to help my clumsy friend here?" "You are busy with me," the dockmaster said, frowning. "He can swim, or they can help." "Actually," I said, "I don't think he can." "On it," Bart said, diving in after Knox. Harpy's smile vanished as he looked at the bubbles coming up. "Before Newbergenport," the dockmaster said, "where were you?" "So, I'm from a small hamlet named Denmark," I said. We wound up having to pay some pretty hefty entrance fees based on where we'd come from, or rather where I said we'd come from. Had we actually admitted the truth of the matter, we'd have been forced back on the boat and expelled from the city. Something to do with concerns over illnesses stemming from besieged cities. And even though we hadn't been in any besieged cities, apparently was bad enough that we were near them. God forbid they knew we'd been way out of the country. That would have been even worse, because then we'd have had to prove our citizenship, which would have been an issue for, well, everyone but me. As it was, we had to let the dockmaster look into Hellion, which, yes, I was extremely tempted to push the man in, but we were in public, so I refrained. And since Hellion only showed our dirty clothes, we didn't get dinged for customs, and then we were allowed into my city. I was home. Again. And for the first time. Chapter 2.